Yeah, warm welcome to all of you. Now, in this session, I would like to speak about the analysis of variance without replications. The analysis of variance without replications, the output will be in such a manner. Each and individual observations will be considered as one record and its average, and individual column and its related significant value, f value, will be given. Now see what would be the output of analysis of variance without replications. Now just click on data analysis tools. When you click on here, the ANOVA two-factor without replications. Now click OK. When you click OK, what you have to do is you have to select the data from top to bottom. That I have taken 150 observations in my analysis. So my data comprises of labels and it is included in analysis. But in the analysis, those labels will not be considered. But in the selection mode, labels included. So that's the reason why I checked the labels option. And I'm going to validate at 5% level of significant 0.05. The standard significant value at 5% level of significance 0.05. And my output range will be somewhere here. And just click OK. So if you see here, the output will be like this. You can see here analysis of variance two-factor without replications. Analysis of variance two-factor without replications. If you can see, there were 150 observations in the analysis, and this 150 observations and the analysis is happening through the dependent variable, which is continuous in nature with k levels. That's what 4 levels, and each and individual row and its related average will be calculated. Suppose you can see here blend 1, wheat, corn, soya, rice, and its related average will be calculated. 123 plus 128 plus 166 plus 151 divided by 4. 151 divided by 4. If you calculate this, the average of 142 will come into the picture. The same likewise, blend 1, 156 plus 150 plus 178 plus 125 divided by 4. You will get the average of 152.25. And you can see the sum also. The blend 1, 123 plus 128 plus 166 plus 151. The total sum value is 568 and its related average is 142. And the corresponding variance in the data, it is 404. The variance in the data, it is 404. And the more what we can interpret from this particular data. So suppose you can see here, there were 150 observations, and each and individual record and its related average and sum value and a variance has been given. And if you can see the almost the averages 141, 152, and some are the highest averages are there and some are the lowest averages are there. Some are the highest averages are there. At the same time, some are the lowest averages are there. Somewhere here, if you can see 186.25, the highest average. That means that the highest output from 4 different types of crops. 748, the total sum. The total sum of 4 different crops, 748. That means the output is very high from this particular blend. What is that blend? The fertilizer 3. From the fertilizer 3, we are getting the maximum output of 745. The evidence can be drawn. The same likewise, even from the blend 3 only, that means fertilizer 3, we are getting the maximum output 742. The average is 185.5. Somewhere the blend 2 also, it's showing good performance. The total 725, the average 181.25. We are getting maximum output from 4 different crops by using this particular blend 2. That means the fertilizer 2, we are getting the maximum output 725 and the average also 181. So now how I can easily I can interpret this particular scenario. What I'm trying to do is, now just I'm selecting this particular area and I'm going for applying filter. When I apply filter, so first of all, I want to identify the maximum output and the related average. If I select sort largest to smallest, see what will happen. Now see here, from blend 3, that's what we called from the fertilizer 3, the maximum output is 762. From fertilizer 3, the maximum output is 762 and its average is 190. From this, what we can able to interpret, fertilizer 3 is giving fertilizer 3, it's contributing more for maximum output from 4 different types of crops, because the sum value is 762 and its average also 190, and its average also 190. The same likewise in overall blend 3, that's what fertilizer 3, it's contributing more, because the average from 4 different crops, in almost in all scenarios, whatever the fertilizer that we are using over there, it is a good quality fertilizer, it is giving the maximum output and its related average also high. And the least output that we are getting from blend 1, that's what we called the fertilizer 1, and we are getting less output. So fertilizer 1, it's not contributing more. Fertilizer 1, it's not giving better result. So it is better to avoid fertilizer 1 when we are going for usage of fertilizers, because of fertilizer 1, it's not contributing more, because and the total sum of from 4 different crops, it's very less. But whereas here the sum from blend 3, fertilizer 3, it is giving more output. It is giving more output. So from this particular analysis of variance without replications, each and individual observation will be taken as individual record. And more what we can interpret from this. So some here, see here, the ANOVA table, the sources of variations, rows call for blend. That's what we call the type of the fertilizer, and the column stands for crop. From this we can understand now three different blends, three different fertilizers are showing a significant result. Fertilizer 1 is different from fertilizer 2. Fertilizer 2 is different from fertilizer 3 because of the p value. It is 1.1 e minus 15. It stands for the exponential value. So we need to convert in the form of a number so that it will give you the exact number. The p value is 0.000. That stands for a p value is significant. You know, the blend of three different kinds of fertilizers are showing different results. So fertilizer 1 and its related output is different from fertilizer 2. Fertilizer 2 and its output is different from fertilizer 3. So three different fertilizers are giving a different outputs because it has shown a significant value. And crops also, it has shown 1.23 e minus 22 stands for it is an exponential value. You need to convert in the form of a number format. When you convert in the form of number, so it is also showing, you know, crop 1 and its output is different from crop 2. Crop 2 output is different from crop 3. Crop 3 output is different from crop 4 because it is showing a significant difference. 4 different crops are having 4 different outputs. It is showing a significant difference with respect to crops also. Now from hypothesis calculation based on p-value approach, it is showing a significant difference. It is showing a significant difference with respect to type of the fertilizer used with respect to crops. And from critical value approach also, the Z calculated value it's 1.23, whereas the Z tabulated value it is 1.23, whereas the Z calculated value it is 2.69. The Z tabulated value 1.23, the Z tabulated value 1.23, whereas the Z calculated value 2.69. That means that what? Suppose if you can see a normal distribution here, the Z tabulated value, suppose if it is here negative side and positive side, the Z tabulated value 1.23, whereas this Z calculated value 2.69. That means that it is in rejection region. The Z calculated value it is in rejection region. It is in rejection region. This is a rejection region. This is a rejection region, and this one also a rejection region, and middle one is acceptance region. Middle one is acceptance region. But if you can see the Z calculated value 2.69, it will be in somewhere here. 2.69, it will be somewhere here. So we need to reject our null hypothesis. So we need to accept alternative hypothesis, which tells about what? Which tells about what? There is a significant difference between type of fertilizer and yield of the crop.